Imagine you're walking down the street right now. You feel like yourself. Your voice is yours. Your thoughts are yours. Your reactions are yours. But if we sent you back 300,000 years, would you still be you? Or would you become someone else entirely? This isn't just a philosophical question. Science has an answer, and it's stranger than you'd expect. Stay with me. In Morocco, at a place called Jebel Irhoud, researchers found bones belonging to people who lived around 300,000 years ago. These are the oldest bones of our species, Homo sapiens, ever discovered. Researcher Jean-Jacques Hublin from the Max Planck Institute studied these bones in detail and published the findings in 2017. He found something strange. The face was remarkably close to your own face, but the skull from behind was different, longer, narrower, so the face you'd see in the mirror would look almost like yours. But what was inside the skull was still changing. Here's where the mystery begins. If the face is what defines identity, then you've existed for 300,000 years. But if what defines identity is the brain, the thing that thinks, feels, and remembers, then the story is completely different. Which one of us is the real you? The face or what's inside the head? Let's take a step back. Your body isn't a new invention. It's the result of millions of years of accumulated trial and error. Your eye was designed to spot a predator moving through tall grass. Your ear was designed to catch the sound of a branch snapping in the dark. Your heart races when you're stressed, not because you're a coward, but because your ancestor from 300,000 years ago needed to run fast to survive. Everything about you was designed for an environment that no longer exists, and you still carry it with you every day without noticing. Take a simple example. Why do you like being around people? Why does loneliness actually hurt, not just metaphorically, but physically? Researcher Robin Dunbar from Oxford University spent years studying brain size in humans compared to the size of their social groups. He found that your brain evolved specifically to track relationships with about 150 people. No more, no less. This number is now known as Dunbar's number. So if you feel exhausted trying to keep up with thousands of people on social media, your brain isn't falling short. It's working exactly as designed. The problem is the world around it grew faster than the brain did. Remember your ancestors gathered around a fire at night. That's not just a romantic image. It was training repeated across thousands of generations. Sitting around a fire meant safety, warmth, and stories passed from one generation to the next. That's why you still feel a strange comfort sitting by a campfire, or even in front of a candle with the lights off. It's not romance. It's your brain telling you you're safe without you even asking. But the bigger question still hasn't been answered. Is the you of today the same you that would exist 300,000 years ago? Here's the part that flips everything. Researcher Daniel Kahneman, who won the Nobel Prize in economics, but whose core work was in psychology, ran a famous experiment on the difference between the experiencing self and the remembering self. He found the two aren't the same thing at all. What you feel right now, as you hear these words, is completely different from what you'll remember tomorrow about having felt it. So even you, today, aren't a single version. You're at least two versions, constantly at odds every second. So if you're not even one single version right now, how can you ask whether you'd still be yourself 300,000 years ago? Let me make this clearer. If we actually sent you back to Jebel Irhoud, your body would be strangely close to you. You'd feel cold the way you feel cold now. You'd fear the dark the way you fear it now. You'd prefer sweet food over bitter because your brain was built to seek calories in a world where food was hard to find. All these instincts would stay exactly the same. But what wouldn't stay the same is the thoughts. You wouldn't know how to talk about social media. You wouldn't understand the concept of time the way you do now. You couldn't even imagine that one day there'd be a phone in your pocket connecting you to 1 billion people. So your body would stay you, but your mind would be empty of everything you know today. So, is you the body, or is it the content inside the body? There's another idea you need to know. Your body isn't even fixed right now. Your cells are constantly renewing themselves. Most of the cells in your body today aren't the ones that were there 10 years ago. So even you today aren't the same body you had as a child. So if you're not even the same body from 10 years ago, how can you compare yourself to a human from 300,000 years ago? The truth is that identity isn't the fixed thing we like to imagine. Identity is a thin thread connecting continuous change. You